Okay, August 18th, we're doing our weekly webinar and Forex analysis, market analysis.
Yep.
As always, we're going to check out the dollar first really quick. And as we were thinking last week, we thought that this was either going to continue down to test this blue box or come back up, retest these zones. After a massive sell-off, there's usually the pullback. So now that we're here, we are expecting downside on the dollar. Now, it will be dependent on most likely the FOMC
Right.
results, which I think is, let's see, Wednesday.
Yeah. FOMC is coming on Wednesday and Friday.
Wednesday and Friday?
Yeah. So on Wednesday, it's going to come out for the talks of FOMC, sorry. And then on Friday, it's going to be the Fed policy.
Yeah,
So,
there it is. Okay.
yeah. So we should get definitely a lot of volatility this coming week. Last week, we had a lot of bullish talks from Trump. He pretty much postponed the tariffs that was supposed to be imposed for the China trade wars. However, that did have a bullish effect on it, so the dollar just completely spiked up. As Hunter showed you, just to go back on the charts for the dollar index, you guys could see that there's like a huge spike right all the way down there, and then from there on, that all got bought up, right? There was a lot of fundamental news, and Trump was tweeting a lot during these times, right? So people were almost sort of say a lot of FUD was going on during these times as well. But yeah, like explained, Trump came out with the news saying that the tariffs are going to be postponed all the way up until Christmas and after. So that made a bullish effect on the dollar. But however, this week, because of the FOMC, we know that we're looking for a rates cut. But however, if things do turn out to be, way more bullish than we thought, in a sense that the dollar is having better trades with the other countries, etc., then yeah, may have to test that little bit on the top over there, retesting that double top over there. Yeah, and then obviously from there on we will see how price action tends to play. But this is the 4 hour again,
So let's continue on. The Euro USD, a little bit opposite. We were looking at a long on the Euro USD, but it did break down, and I was looking at a long back around these levels because it's a weekly candlestick, and we did create this giant wick here. I was quite bullish. Unfortunately,
right.
we were actually wrong on that, but we will be looking for another long here on a lower time frame. We see on the 1 hour, we see a massive engulfing candle with a little bit of pullback here. So what we're going to look for is maybe a long at these bottoms of this order block.
Right.
And then if we're able to break above this 4 hour breaker that we've marked, then we're
Right.
officially going to be bullish again.
Right, exactly, yeah. And again, last week we did get stopped out. So the trades that we will be taking would definitely require patience. So we will wait, like Hunter mentioned, that 1 hour breaker there. If it does test that region and supports very well, we will take buys. However, it's going to be a tight stop, right? Because if it does break that region, then we're going to look for it to go a much lower low and test that lower low on a 4 hour time frame, which is all the way down there at the 1.102 region. Yeah, right about there.
Yeah, so, the bottom there.
Yeah, so if it does break that, then we will have a very, very tight stop loss going on with that buy opportunity that we see if it supports very well. However, if not, then a little bit more downside. But yeah, we'll just wait and see how this goes.
Yeah, okay. So pound, dollar, quite similar situation. Since we are looking bearish on the dollar for both of these, we would assume that these would also want to be bullish as they're opposites. We made an insignificant lower low here. where it's just barely broken under, and then it was bought up rather quickly. I don't
Yeah.
know if you want to call this rather quickly or not, but basically back in this range without making anything notably different. So what we would like to see is a breakout from this blue box area, and then we
Right.
come back up and test these pink lines that I have here.
Yeah.
More
Yeah.
so this top pink line here. So the best bet here would either be, we would be longing after a pullback here right around this 1 hour breaker.
Tight stop.
Tight stop, maybe
Mhm.
behind the 4 hour breaker, or we
Right.
wait for this zone to be cleared. So cleared, back in, and then that's our long target.
Right.
So
Right.
whichever you want to choose, whatever happens, right? We're not entering right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, for the pound, it just goes back to how the dollar is going to act as well. So if the dollar is bearish, then that means that it could have a bullish momentum for the pound dollar. So cable could go all the way upwards. Cable means GBP USD for those that are not understanding that jargon, but it's pretty much to say that if the pound is strong, then yeah, it's going to be very bullish, and the dollar being weak. But however, if we do have some fundamental bearish news that comes out from Boris again, based on the Brexit and etc., then we do look for that 2-year lows, because that 2-year lows is something that many people have been speculating currently in the Forex space as
This
to whether we could test it or not.
this is not a pair that you're gonna want to sit in a long for very long. At least not right now. So it's a little bit safer to be taking these shorts because of all of that bearish news on the
Right.
Brexit and everything like
Mm.
that, right? But right now is also not a good time to short. We wait for it to come up here, or we long the breakout. Moving on, USD yen.
Yeah, somewhat of a similar take as opposed to the other correlating currencies.
So as we, I guess maybe I should zoom out here. I drew a squiggle here last week, where I was expecting to come back up, test these levels, and it's
Hmm.
doing exactly
Right.
that.
Right.
This would match perfectly with our Dixie
Hmm.
short. That it would now come down, and we're going to be testing this order block on
Yeah. Yeah.
level.
The current price level is at 106. So to short it, we wait for a test at around 107. So anywhere at 107, it will be healthy to begin shorting the US dollar yen. But yeah, we'll see how everything goes and follows.
USD CAD,
Can't wait for this one.
massive fair value gap here that was finally filled as we were predicting. Double top on it. So there's a reason to be bearish here, and we'd like
Hmm.
to see this blue box. Simple as
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, USD CAD is just bearish, fully bearish. And again, it's we have a very volatile news that's going to come this week. So the Canadian dollar, it's going to be the CPI, and for the US, of course, is the FOMC and things like
CPI
that.
is also on Wednesday. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Wednesday's gonna be nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. CPI is going to be on Wednesday. Is there any pound by any chance? No, right? There's no pound news coming off. Yeah.
No,
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So oh, there's a euro that's coming off. Sorry, that was the euro. Yeah, the euro's on Thursday. So it's a lot of fundamental that's going to come this week, and to look forward to, especially with the USD CAD. I think about 2 FOMCs ago, we managed to scalp a very big 50 to 60 pip move on the USD CAD in just a few minutes. Last week we actually managed to scalp a lot on the pound dollar on the live trading. So that was also good to see. Hunter was
this
as well scalping some of
yeah
that.
this week I'm personally gonna focus on just the Euro USD for scalping for live trading.
Mhm.
So if you guys are watching at some point this week,
Yeah.
join the Discord, and hopefully you can catch some live scalps. Do you have
Yeah.
anything to talk about the odd or New
The
Zealand?
odd, not really, to be honest. Maybe the odd CAD, but again, it's just based on what it is going to do fundamentally. The odd CAD is something that is going to be affected by news, because there is a news release for the odd that's coming, I believe, on Tuesday or Monday, followed by the news for CAD. So no bias. I personally, I'm personally going to be scalping GBP USD, whereas Hunter will be doing the Euro USD on live trading. So yeah,
Mm.
we'll definitely be trying to get those opportunities on those ends. But yeah, odd is nothing much, nothing much
So
on the side.
yeah, so I wasn't personally interested in the Aussie or the New Zealand dollar either.
Right,
So one more pair I did want to talk about, and I
right,
noticed something that's kind of maybe you guys can disagree, but I feel that this move was quite small compared to our move on the Dixie here. So as we are bearish on the dollar, and we're going to be placing our bets on based off
Euro
of that,
USD. Yeah, and the other pairs.
we want to hedge against ourselves some way, right?
Exactly.
So
Right,
this I found will be a good hedge against ourselves, because we
right,
have so much room that if the dollar does actually go up, then this is going to be an explosive move,
right.
and then you're going to be able to get a good 1% on there.
Right. Yeah, yeah. And also, for those that are not really understanding the whole point of hedging and things like that, it is a more advanced, and it does have a lot of advanced strategy behind this hedging movement. So we will post all the trades in a sense of the pips earned, of course, and the management for the portfolio, as Hunter mentioned, because we will be playing the other pairs. However, we can always recover with our hedges. So,
All right.
uh,
I think we already basically talked about the news coming up this week. I don't think there's
right.
anything else to add unless you do.
No, I think that's it for this week. But again, yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of live trading for this week. Is just going to be a lot of
Yeah.
live trading trades, especially on Friday, Wednesday, Thursday as well, I believe, with the euro. But yeah, USD CAD, all these pairs that we just mentioned, we're going to be scalping them very heavily with the volatility of the news.
All right. So if you're watching this at any point, then definitely join the Discord and see if you can catch these pound or euro scalps. Or maybe we can look quickly at the S&P. The S&P still looking bearish in my opinion. I'm taking a little bit step back from the S&P, focusing more on Forex right now. But we can see this easily coming down, making another leg down to test these zones here.
Yeah, yeah, that's a very good level to actually test right there.
Right here again.
Yeah, 27.45.
There we go. Yeah, I guess it's already kind of testing there, but it does look like
Yeah.
it's going to come down again. So yeah, so catch us in the Discord live trading.
Yep.